I mean, if this is called for Trump?
Fox News is calling it for Donald Trump.
Wow.
277 electoral votes.
We don't know which state went, but I think it's one of the blue wall states. It looks like
Wisconsin.
It looks like Wisconsin.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Mark Martinez joining us now. He's a closer look at the Electoral College tonight.
Yeah, that's right, you guys. You just saw it called right there. Donald Trump, 277 Electoral College votes. He wins Wisconsin, and they're 10 votes, so that puts him over the top. He is declared the winner of the presidential race. Donald Trump will be the 45th and 47th president of the United States. So we've been watching this tonight. It's been an evening of quite a bit of roller coasters, but really, once we started seeing these blue wall states kind of going one after one after one, and then watching what some of the internals were showing, it kind of became clear that this was going to be the way it worked out tonight.
They were leaning that way for sure, and maybe that's what he's been waiting for, to take the stage.
Yeah, and that makes it a lot cleaner once you've actually won than to start going out and playing games in terms of it looks like we're going to win and setting expectations. Well,
and one thing I think we should all think about too is with Kamala Harris, I do believe she's going to come out after all this and concede and say she didn't win, Donald Trump won. And I think that will, we won't be in this mystery that we had been in sometimes of rigged elections and stolen elections.
No, that's a good point.
Past that,
that's a good point.
We may move on to this was fair and square. Elections are winners and losers, and Donald Trump won. And I think that will really kind of maybe help things as far as the transition goes. At least that's, what I'm thinking right now as we just find this out.
I think you're right, and I also think this keeps, with this kind of margin, and other states maybe going Trump's way, if he gets to 300, this keeps the lawyers out of the mix.
Right.
And I hate to say it because I know they love billable hours, but, that creates messy conclusions to an election too. So if it's clean and you have a decisive winner, that may be in some ways a charitable outcome. Mar-a-Lago tonight celebrating Donald Trump. He just, like him or not, this is a political figure that I don't think has ever been replicated even in the past. I mean, Teddy Roosevelt was a character, but Donald Trump pulling this off is miraculous, honestly. Given up for dead after January 6th, much like Nixon was in the 60s, and maybe worse because of the way that ended, very ungracefully. It's just remarkable that the public gave him another opportunity, and this must speak to dissatisfaction with where the country is right now.
Yeah, it has to. It says something for sure. We're told that Mr. Trump's motorcade is arriving now at the convention center there in Palm Beach County. And so we're just waiting for him to take the stage. But here's another look at that Electoral College in the race to 270. Mr. Trump with 277 Electoral College votes at this point, pulling out a win in Wisconsin most recently. And then, of course, we had Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia. And he's leaning, it's leaning in his favor in Michigan as well.
Boy, the blue wall. I don't know what to make of that. That is I think the Trump strategists are going to feel really good about this. This is going to be interesting to find out under the hood. Did the Trump campaign, which got assailed for having a lot of kind of volunteer groups running their campaign, Turning Point, other groups, were they able to do something that maybe some of the journalists did not see, didn't fully understand, to mobilize their vote?
I think so. Jackie Heinrich is already tweeting about the blame game has begun inside the VP's camp. Tim Walz being questioned as a VP pick. Why not Shapiro, for example? Harris positions were not clearly staked out. Someone claims focus on fascism was not working. Too many cooks in the kitchen.
Boy, that's happened before.
Jackie Heinrich.
That's happened before.
But I mean, it doesn't. I mean, blame game.
Yeah, right.
There's going to be articles. There's going to be books written about why this didn't work out.
Monday morning quarterbacking. you know.
Absolutely.
You know, and you think about certainly the assassination attempt in Butler. The one in Florida, that was bad enough, but that wasn't as imminent. I mean, you know, we didn't get shots fired in that case. The Secret Service stopped it. But 2 assassination attempts,
Yeah.
all of the indictments, impeachment when he was still in office, January 6th. I mean, you would think any mere mortal would absolutely be finished.
Yes. Yep.
You really wonder how he's pulled this off.
And even the rally that everyone talked about at the Madison Square Garden, everyone talked about this
Yeah.
rally. It was just, you know, this comedian offending all
Did
these
that
different
ruin
groups
it for
and
him in
groups
the
and
final
groups.
days?
And,
Yeah.
and the exit polling is showing that Latinos were voting for Donald Trump.
This tells me
in
the
a big
the
number.
pocketbook is a
Pocketbook?
huge deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pocketbook is a huge deal. A large chunk of white women showed up to vote for Donald Trump as well, too. Just the groups of people and that.
Do we know about younger voters yet on the exit polling?
I don't yet.
Because they were thinking it's going to be about 8%. So that number never really materializes like everyone thinks it will.
No, and I think the big takeaway too right now is that she underperformed Biden in 2020. You know, in some of these key counties. And the divide has grown larger between the rural and the urban areas. But again, you got to perform. You got to overperform in some of these counties.
Well, kind of thrusting her onto the scene, and Biden forced that when he bowed out and then endorsed her about a half an hour later. That was, I'm trying to remember, it was July.
Yeah, just over 100 days ago.
But the Obama folks in Obama were talking about a truncated primary to try to let the public get to know these people and let the cream rise to the top. You wonder about the wisdom of that. Had that been a better strategy?
Yeah.
Because then you've got some kind of sense that this person has earned it, even in a short time frame.
Right.
Right, and I think we talked about too the money. I think the big issue was the money for the campaign, where that Biden had all this money, this war chest, and that you transferred it to her. Otherwise, in a 100-day period, you had to have a brand new candidate who had to raise all this money.
Right.
Yeah. So she came into it with some great advantages. But money can't buy you love.
No, that's true. Ask Michael Bloomberg, right?
There you go.
When he tried to run,
Yeah.
that didn't go so well for him. No, it did not. But yeah, I mean, seeing the split screen of the Howard event
University.
and then this,
It reminds you of the glass ceiling.
It is 2016, like all over again.
You know, and that was interesting. Kamala Harris, and I think to her credit, did not run on race, did not run on gender.
Or gender.
I thought maybe we're starting to kind of evolve from some of this stuff. I don't think she really wanted to go there.
And
I thought that was a very brave thing to do.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, other people talked about it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But she never really brought that up as something she was running on.
And I don't think because that's what Hillary did. I mean, Hillary had the glass ceiling, and look what happened.
Yeah.
Look what happened in that, contest. It
Yeah.
didn't work out for Hillary.
One of these days, we're going to have a female president.
I think the country would welcome that.
I do
think
too.
about Arizona.
Yes.
I do too.
Arizona, which has been kind of, besmirched in the media as some kind of backwater cow town. We've elected 5 female governors.
Right.
We have no problem electing women.
No.
So I think this idea that the country isn't ready for a woman, I don't buy that. I'm sorry, I don't.
No, I don't think that's
people
true.
would welcome it.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, comes down to picking the best candidate. I mean, that's truly what Americans want, I think.
I'd vote for my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're still waiting.
We're still waiting on him, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
Donald Trump.
Palm Beach County.
I suspect this call has taken place.
Oh, yes.
The concession?
Yeah.
Behind closed doors.
He'll talk about it. He'll talk about it when he gets up there.
Something we did get into a little bit over on the set was just, and this will be something that maybe books are written about. Kids are studying it in political science courses, but the get out the vote, the door knocking that the Dems were doing, and we heard it time and time again, that they were, and even in Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
they were still having that one-on-one you know, face-to-face conversation,
Yes.
knocking on doors,
Right.
and they get out the vote for the GOP. A lot of it was online. A lot of it was online. So that will be
But are
interesting.
we going to find out that these groups that were volunteering, that were kind of ad hoc, actually did a lot of that, more than we know?
Maybe.
Are we going to find out that there was something going on in the Trump campaign that kind of got under the radar
Maybe.
to
Yeah.
mobilize voters?
Yeah,
could be.
It might have been. It was interesting because earlier in the evening, when like Charlie Kirk was, I mean, it was tweeting, and it almost sounded like a panic a little bit, where he was like,
Get out there,
"Get out
finish
there,
it off.
finish the
Yeah.
job." It sounded, I mean, not in the grand scheme of things, but like in 2022, Mark Fincham had a similar tweet, and that was when we could see that the GOP did not have the numbers
No.
because they weren't showing up as much on the day of, and it was, and like Stephen Miller, you know, within the Trump campaign also said, hey, if you know a man, go grab him and get in line at
Yeah.
the polls.
This is a sign of desperation.
So it was almost like a sign of desperation, but then all of a sudden they were seeing stuff that other people were not. Clearly in the
Charlie,
data.
who lives here, obviously, he may have been
Turning
worried
point.
about Arizona.
Yeah,
because it's
true.
very tight, and he probably thought, if we get down to Arizona to decide this thing, we better carry it. That may have been what was happening, and worried about Carrie Lake, who he's got a close relationship with.
Right.
So who knows? And those are still hanging in the balance.